ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामने गौरतुसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा. So we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So last time we discussed from first chapter, verse number 32 to 35. So in these verses and the previous two verses, that's न च श्रेयानुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनाः वै न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च. And then these verses starting with Kim no rajyena govinda Kim bhogairjeevitena va, and ending with Nihatya dharta rashtrana ka priti syat janardana. What happiness will we get by killing the sons of the Dhritarashtra, my dear Krishna, Janardhan? So in this way, Arjuna, in these five verses, Arjuna gave the second reason why he doesn't want to fight. And the second reason is that he thinks that by killing his own friends and relatives, no happiness, he is going to get no happiness. There will be no happiness. Uh, the second reason. And the first reason was in the verse number 28, he was feeling excessive attachment. So much so that his hands, his body was shaking. There were perspiration all over his body, and tears were flowing from his eyes, and the Gandiva bow is slipping from his hand. That is the excess amount of attachment. So because of this excessive attachment, he doesn't want to fight. He cannot fight. And this was the second reason. Now, today we are going to discuss the third reason Arjuna is giving why he doesn't want to fight in the verse number 36. पापमेवाश्रयेदस्मान् हत्वैतानाततायिना तस्मान्नार्ह वयं हन्तुं धार्तराष्ट्रान् स बान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखिनः स्याम माधव. Translation. Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of the Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? So Arjuna is telling, sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. My dear Krishna, papam eva ashrayed. Papam eva ashrayed tasman. Papa means vices, sin will overcome us. Asman means us. That means he is telling to Krishna that, my dear Krishna, not only I will get the sin by killing my friends and relatives who are present before us, but you will also get the sin. Why? Because you are encouraging me. You have become, you are trying to inspire me. So you will also become sinful now. And the previous verse, when Arjuna was giving the second reason, that there will be no happiness at all by killing the sons of Dhritarashtra. So he says, Niyatta Dhartarashtra na ka priti. Nah means what kind of happiness we will get. That means Arjuna is told that if we fight and if I kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, my relatives, so not only that I will become bereft of happiness, but you will also not get any happiness. There is no question of getting any kind of happiness. So he dragged Krishna also with himself, as if Krishna is also affected by bodily consciousness. That's why a person who is affected by bodily consciousness, so he thinks that everyone else is also affected like him. So they will also get affected like him. So he is saying, Papa Mivashra Dasman, but Krishna, you will also get the sin. Hatva etana atatayana. By killing etan atatayana, all these aggressors. So Arjuna is telling, Krishna might tell that Arjuna, why will you get sin? No, no, you will not get the sin. Why? Krishna might tell that these your relatives, although okay, they are your relatives and friends, that's why you are unwilling to kill them. But don't forget that they are atataini, atatai. Atatai means aggressors. Aggressors. That means they have done the criminal activity. They have done the sinful activity. They have done this exploitation, criminal activity. So if they are killed, you will not get papa, sinful activity. So before Krishna could say this, Arjuna himself is telling, although they are atataina, they are atatai, although they are aggressors, but still Krishna, I think we will get pap if we kill them. Even if they are aggressors, they are criminals, they have done so much bad to us, but still because they are our relatives and friends, if we kill them, that is not good. We will get sinful activity. That's why he is declaring tasmat means therefore, na arha narha vayam hantum, tasmat, therefore, we do not deserve, we, again he is using the word vayam means we, therefore we do not deserve to kill them. Dhartarashtra'n sabandhavan, we do not deserve to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra along with all their friends and relatives who are also our friends and relatives. Sabandhavan. So Krishna is not going to kill. Why Arjuna is telling? Tasman naraha vayam hantum. Krishna has already told that I will not lift the weapon. I will only inspire. But Arjuna is telling that Krishna, because you are inspiring, so you will also get the sin. And that's why, because they are relatives, so we do not deserve uh, to kill them. So you also do not deserve. I also do not deserve. I should also not kill, and you should also not inspire me to kill these friends and relatives. That's why he is using the word vayam. Tasmat naraha vayam hantum. That's why we do not deserve to kill the sons of the Dhritarashtra along with their friends and relatives. Dhartarashtraansa bandhavan. Swajanam hi katham hatva sukhina syama madhava. Again, the second reason he is bringing. Although this is third reason, that by killing the sons of the trust and our own relatives, we will acquire sinful activity. But again, he is telling, he is addressing Krishna, ki, my dears, Madhav means the husband of goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Pati. So you are a husband of goddess of fortune. So, so how can you encourage such activity which is not going to give sukh, happiness? Because being a husband of Lakshmi, Madhav, being husband of goddess of fortune, you cannot encourage such activities which will bring inauspiciousness. Uh, how can how you are encouraging such act which is going to give us distress and inauspiciousness? You are Madhav. So that's why Katham, how? Katham Swajanam Hiyatva. How? By killing our own friends and relatives, we will become happy. And how is it that you are encouraging Madhav? It is not at all appropriate. As if Arjuna is trying to inspire Madhav, Krishna, that you should not inspire me to do such activities which will be inauspicious for both of us. And again, he is giving the reason. Krishna might tell that this is Dharma Yuddha, and your duty is to fight against adharmic people, irreligious people. So again and again, Arjuna is addressing those warriors who are present on the opposite side. She should have addressed those warriors as Satru Jana. Satru, they are Satru, na? Dharma Satru. So instead of addressing them Satrujana, Arjuna is addressing again and again Swajana. Huh? How they became your Swajana, Arjuna? Did you forget how these people to whom you are addressing as Swajana, how they tried to make your wife naked? They tried to make your wife naked in the assembly hall. Did you forget that? Did you forget how they tried their best to take away all your kingdom, and how they tried their best to kill all of you in so many ways, and how they actually sent you to forest for so many years and you struggled, and all these actions they performed irreligiously. They did not perform these all these activities in a religious way. So how are you forgetting this? So they you should consider them as your Shatrujana. Why are you considering them as your Swajana? So this is the illusion. This is called illusion. When one is afflicted with illusion, he thinks those who are Satru, enemies of Dharma, those who are our real enemies, the person affected with bodily consciousness, he thinks these are our Swajana, my relatives, my friends. Uh, I will not speak very straightforwardly. It may not be so much appealing, but this is a fact. This is a fact. To any person in this material world, if we consider as our own relative, my husband, my wife, my father, my brother, my children, my uncle, so many my sojan. This is all my sojan. But all these sojan, if they are not encouraging us to perform devotional service to Krishna, they are great stumbling block for us. They are acting as our enemies. Don't forget this. So we should not be taking so much seriously this material attachment. Although, as long as we are living in this material existence, as long as we have material body, just for the sake of advancing in Krishna consciousness, we may fulfill the material duties as a matter of duty, material responsibility towards our friends and relatives as a matter of duty, but we should not never forget our real relationship with our real Swajan. And who is that real Swajan? Krishna is our real Swajan, and everyone else is our Satrujan. This we should very uh, nicely understand and come out of this illusion. And anyone who doesn't encourage us to perform devotional service to Krishna, anyone who doesn't uh, remind us to become devoted to Krishna, they are not our real Swajan. They are our enemy. uh, and they are not fit to become our spiritual master, our parents, relatives, guide, guardian, or leader. That is instruction given in Bhagavatam also. Rishabdev, uh, Lord Rishabdev says, Pita na shishyat, mata na shishyat, namo chayet samupayati va. What is that verse? Na, Pita na shishyat, mata na sasyat. This is in fifth canto, fifth chapter, and verse number 18. Who is our real relative? Who is our enemy? So Lord Rishabdev plainly states this. Gurur na sasyat swajano na sasyat pita na sasyat janani na sasyat Daivam na tatsyan na patisya sasyan namochayet yah samupeta mrityum. One who cannot deliver his dependents from the path of repeated birth and death should never become a spiritual master, a father, a husband, a mother, or a worshipable demigod. even demigod also. Namo chayadya samupet mrityam. If a person cannot free his dependence from the cycle of birth and death, he is not fit to become father, mother, husband, guru, spiritual master, mother, uh, and worshipable demigod, or any leader for that matter, any kind of leader. So they are not our real Sujan. But uh, we are entangled in this material world existence. So just in order to make us uh, situate, just in order to situate us materially in a comfortable position, so that we may execute our devotional service to Krishna nicely, we can maintain the material relationship as a matter of duty. Uh, and but we should not forget our real business is to take shelter of Krishna, to perform devotional service to Krishna. That's why sometimes it happens if sometimes parents they object their children that why are you chanting Hare Krishna? So what should then the devotee do? The devotee should uh, then the devotee, the children, they should perform chanting Hare Krishna. They should perform devotional service to Krishna without the knowledge of their parents. Just maintain uh, a happy relationship, material relationship as a matter of duty, and one should perform devotional service also. One should never give up devotional service to Krishna just for the fulfilling the some kind of material emotions. But if somebody can get such parents or such husband or such relatives who encourage us to perform devotional service to Krishna, to become devoted to Krishna, then we are very fortunate and we should remain very grateful to them. And rather, we should worship them, such parents and such relatives who encourage us to perform devotional service. Uh, but anyway, Arjuna here, out of ignorance, because he is in Dehatma Buddhi, she is considering all those Satrujanas as Swajana. So in from verse number 28 onwards, if you remember, verse number 28, first time Arjuna, verse number 28, she expressed his Dehatma Buddhi, bodily consciousness, and first time he addresses all these warriors who are Satrujana as Swajana. And then many times he actually uh, addressed. In verse number 31, again he addresses Hatva Swajana Have. How can I kill my own relatives and friends? And then again, verse number 30 to 36, he addresses not just as Swajana, but he names Matula, Susura, Potra, Pita, Maha, Pitras, Putras, Acharya, Shala, Sambandhinas, Tatha. All the relatives he counts. And then again, in the next verse 36, he says, Swajanam hi katham hatva, Sukhina Syama Madhava. How can I become happy by killing my own relatives? So he is forgetting that Krishna is real Sojana, and everyone else who discourages us in following the instructions of Krishna, or who are standing against the Supreme Lord Krishna, they are actually our Satrujana. And Krishna, who is standing with us to protect us all the time, he is our real Sojana. But in Dehatma Buddhi, the person thinks that Krishna is our Satrujan, huh? He is Satrujan, and those who are acting against the desire of Krishna, those who are standing against Krishna, they are our Swajan. And in this way, we ask the Supreme Lord Krishna. We come to Krishna and tell, Krishna, how can you um, make me and my family and relatives unhappy materially? Even some material distresses come, then we complain to the Lord. So that is out of ignorance. So in this way, Arjuna is telling the third reason why he doesn't want to fight. Papamevashrayat asma, that we will overcome sin by killing the sons of Dhritarashtra. So according to Vedic injunctions, there are six kinds of aggressors. First, a poison giver. So there are six kinds of aggressors. Okay. The first is a poison giver. Second, one who sets fire to the house. Third, one who attacks with deadly weapons. Fourth, one who plunders riches. Fifth, one who occupies another's land. And sixth, one who kidnaps a wife. So such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. So this is Vedic injunctions. If there are aggressors, and who are aggressors, who perform these six kinds of activities or any one of these activities, so they are known as aggressors or atatai or criminals. They are criminals who perform criminal activities. So they should be killed at once, and no sin uh, is incurred by killing such aggressors. And in case of Pandavas, the sons of Dhritarashtra, they performed all the six aggressive activities. All of these six criminal activities they performed. So that's why they must be killed, and no sins will be occurred. But still, Arjuna is still thinking like this because he has a great heart. He was a pure devotee. So because of pure devotee, although Arjuna knew that they are aggressors, he's telling. Hatvaitan Atatai. Oh Krishna, I know they are Atatai, aggressors, but still, I think we will incur shame. This is not good to kill them. So this is because of greatness of his heart. But this greatness of heart, soft-heartedness, is coming from illusioned platform, illusory platform. He is illusioned by bodily consciousness, Dehatma Buddhi. So such a killing of aggressor is quite befitting any ordinary man, but Arjuna was not an ordinary person. He was saintly by character and therefore he wanted to deal with them in saintliness. This kind of saintliness, however, is not for a Kshatriya. Although a responsible man in the administration of a state is required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. So, so Arjuna was being a saintly person. He was a great devotee of Krishna. So he had this quality that why should I kill my relatives and friends, although they are aggressors? Why should I kill them just for the sake of acquiring the kingdom, just for the sake of getting some material happiness? This is not at all good. No? So wanted to avoid this war. But although saintliness is required, but in administration, the Kshatriya should cannot avoid to fight for the sake of establishing dharma. Mm. So only for the personal sake, a Kshatriya cannot deviate from the principle of protecting the dharma. Example is, for example, Lord Rama was so saintly that people even now are anxious to live in the kingdom of Lord Rama, Ramaraj. But Lord Rama never showed any cowardice. Ravana was an aggressor against Rama because Ravana kidnapped Rama's wife, Sita, but Lord Rama gave him sufficient lessons, unparalleled in the history of the world. In Arjuna's case, however, one should consider the special type of aggressors, namely his own grandfather, own teacher, friends, sons, grandsons, etc. Because of them, Arjuna thought that he should not take the severe steps unnecessary against ordinary aggressors. Besides that, saintly persons are advised to forgive. So, so example is given. Lord Ramchandra also he did not tolerate. Although Lord Ramchandra was such a saintly king, he was such a great magnanimous. His heart was so magnanimous. She never showed any kind of disrespect, anger towards any kind of living entity, ordinary or great living entity. But towards Ravana, who was an aggressor against Ramchandra, because Ravana kidnapped Lord Rama's wife, Mother Sita. So Ramchandra became very angry, and he gave him sufficient lesson. He killed Ravanasur, and this was a great history. Ramayana is still read and heard. So, but Arjuna's case is little different because in case of Ramchandra, aggressor was Ravanasur, who was an Asura, Rakshas. But in Arjuna's case, his own relatives, his own teacher, father, sons, grandsons, maternal uncles, they became the aggressors. That's why Arjuna became perplexed. And character-wise, Arjuna was a saintly person, so he wanted to uh, forgive. He wanted to forget everything. And So that is the saintly persons are advised to forgive. Such injunctions for saintly persons are more important than any political emergency. So Arjuna considered that rather than kill his own kinsmen for political reasons, it would be better to forgive them on grounds of religion and saintly behavior. So that was Arjuna's calculation. Why for political reason, just for the sake of acquiring the kingdom, why should I become unsaintly? Saintly person, saintly behavior is that we should forgive. Uh, and we should forgive. So this was Arjuna's call. Arjuna is not able to think on the platform of establishing dharma, that what is Krishna's desire. He is right now unable to consider those things. But Krishna will give the knowledge, and then Arjuna will be able to think about that. He did not therefore consider such killing for profitable simply for the matter of temporary bodily happiness. After all, kingdoms and pleasure derived there from are not permanent. So why should he risk his life and eternal salvation by killing his own kinsman? Arjuna's addressing of Krishna as Madhav or husband or goddess of fortune is also significant in this connection. He wanted to point out Krishna that as the husband is a goddess of fortune, you should not induce Arjuna to take up a matter which would ultimately bring about misfortune. Krishna, however, never brings misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees. So this we already discussed. Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Madhav. Swajanam hi katham hatva sukhina syama Madhav. Hey Madhav, how can we become happy by killing our own relatives and friends? Why are you encouraging this killing by which we will acquire inauspiciousness, misfortune? But Krishna never desires, never gives misfortune. He is always willing to help his devotees, give fortune to everyone. But being illusioned because of being uh, entrapped in bodily consciousness, Arjuna is unable to understand that Krishna's plan is to bring auspiciousness, bring fortune for him rather than misfortune. So that happens with us also. Sometimes, because we are in Dehatma Buddhi, bodily consciousness, we also think, why God did like this to me? Why God should do something only good to me? But we fail to understand that Krishna never does anything wrong to us, and especially those who are devoted to him, those who are his devotees. Krishna never brings any misfortune to his devotees, to anybody, what to speak of his devotees. So we should have firm faith. Whatever happens in our life, whatever Krishna sends, whatever Krishna desires in our life, even if it appears that it is for my misfortune, it is inauspiciousness, it is bad, but we should have firm faith that Krishna can never do bad to us, misfortune to us. It is simply because of my own karma, or Krishna want to teach me some lesson. So devotees have full faith in Krishna's plan, Krishna's arrangement, Krishna's actions. So they, in all the situation, whether apparently the situation may be good or bad, in all the situation, the devotees who are fixed up in knowledge of Krishna consciousness, they always surrender to Krishna and faithfully serve him and chant his glories. Okay, thank you very much. With this, we shall stop. If there are any question, you can ask. Hare Krishna. Yes,
हरे
yes,
कृष्णा प्रभु
Shama
जी
Mataji.
पंचांग
Hare
प्रणाम।
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
प्रभु जी जो डिवोटीज होते हैं मान लीजिए उनके लाइफ में ऐसा कुछ सिचुएशन आता है मान लीजिए कि उनका भी प्रॉपर्टी उन्हें नहीं मिला है। प्रॉपर्टी का एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं तो और इनका क्षत्रिय स्वभाव भी है तो उन्हें मतलब सीनियर डिवोटीज के द्वारा यही रिकमेंड किया जाएगा ना कि आपको जो आपके नसीब में होगा वो आपको मिल जाएगा। आपको अपने
Yes,
भक्ति पर फोकस करना चाहिए। तो
yeah.
मतलब ये अर्जुना के केस से आप कैसे समझ सकते हैं ये चीज।
नहीं, हम प्रयास कर सकते हैं। भौतिक तरीके से भी हम प्रयास कर सकते हैं, बट प्रयास करने के बाद भी हमारे पास जो आता है भगवान के अरेंजमेंट से, हमको एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए। दैट वी शुड एक्सेप्ट दैट दिस इज गुड फॉर मी। ओके।